Hi guys, welcome back. So today I am doing a type of video that I love to watch myself, and that is a tattoo and piercings tour. So I'm gonna show you all of my tattoos and piercings in chronological order and just tell you everything about them, how much they hurt kind of, the symbol behind them and all of that good stuff. So let's get started. So my first ever body modification was my earlobes. I got my first earlobes pierced when I was 5 years old. I had them done with a gun, unfortunately. If you want to know why piercing guns should never be used, I linked a video, maybe a few videos actually, in the iCards. You can go watch them, and please never use a piercing gun. But I was obviously super young and I didn't know any better. So yeah, like a lot of girls, my first piercings were my lobe piercings and they were done with a gun. I was lucky I didn't have any issues, at least not that I can remember, and they're all fine and good and no problem whatsoever. When I was 16 I started stretching those holes, and now my left ear is at a 7mm and my right ear is at a 9mm. So as of the pain, I really can't remember, so I guess it wasn't that bad. Earlobes are not super painful and I was young, so I have no memory. So then I got my second holes pierced again with a gun at Claire's. So this time I was 14 or 15 I guess. I still didn't know any better, but still didn't have any issues. And I really don't remember it hurting at all either. I haven't had any issues with them either, but I would still never recommend getting a piercing done with a piercing gun, even a lobe piercing. Piercing guns are not safe, they're not sanitary. Don't use them, please. So then I got my first facial piercings, my only facial piercings actually for the moment. I got my 2 lip piercings. So I had been wanting them for quite a while now, a few years, until I was 18, which I'm really glad they did this now, but yeah, at the time I really wanted them, so I was kind of pissed. So the day of my 18th birthday, I got my 2 lip piercings. I was on vacation in Portugal at the time. Didn't care, I had found an artist, I had contacted them. That was a whole experience. Maybe I could do a story time on that if you guys are interested, but man, this was a wild ride. The pain was quite sharp when the needle went through, and the first few days were quite annoying because your mouth is an area that moves a lot and you use it all the time. It moves all day long compared to something like your ear that doesn't move. And in the beginning with piercings, the bars are quite long to accommodate for swelling, so I was kind of biting on them and some acidic foods would kind of hurt, and yeah, so the first 3 days were quite annoying, but after a while I was fine. And lip piercings are very quick healer, so in something like 2 weeks I was fine and not having any pain whatsoever. Then I got my first tattoo. So this is a Thai script on my wrists. This one has a very personal meaning that I'm not really sure I want to share, but yeah, it has some very personal meaning regarding my mental illness and my mental health journey. I got it done in Chiang Mai in the night bazaar. The pain really wasn't that bad. I mean, it's a tiny tattoo and it's not super elaborate, it's just some line work. And even though it's not that old, it's something like 2.5 years old, it's still holding up quite good, considering that there still are some small scars underneath it and all of that, so yeah, I'm pretty happy about this one. So after that, I'm pretty sure I got my navel piercings. So those are piercings I don't have anymore. I did a whole video about those that I will link in the iCards. I had to take them out due to hypertrophic scarring, so if you want to know all about that, go watch the video. After those navel piercings, I'm pretty sure I got my tree tattoo. So this was my second tattoo and it is my biggest. This one is a scar cover-up. This is a dot work style. This one took something like 4 hours and my god, this one was super painful. In part because this is such a large piece, but I think most of it is because it is covering scars, and I'm pretty sure that covering scars is more painful than just regular tattooing. This one obviously represents a huge tree that is inspired by a tree that was in my backyard in my childhood house. And at the time I was living in England, and this statue is basically to represent me being what is called a third culture child, which I will probably do a video about one day. But yeah, this one is kind of representing my childhood and all the traveling we've done in that time, and I really like it, and it's covering up some scars, which is pretty good. This tattoo was done in Lausanne, in Switzerland, in the town next to mine. So then I got my conch piercing. So this is the piercing that is in my right ear. I got this one a year and a few months ago. I did it in Lyon in France, and man, this one was painful. The piercing part was painful, and the first few weeks, maybe even months, were painful. I also had to adjust my sleep, because obviously you can't sleep on a healing piercing because you can mess up the angle and it's really not comfortable anyway. But now for the past few months even, it's really been just chill, and it's in my ear and I have no issues with this one. And then I got my latest tattoo, which is on my foot. So this is a snail. Again, it was done in Lausanne. This one was surprisingly painless. I had heard everywhere that the top of the foot is supposed to be super painful, like kind of similar to your hands, and I was kind of dreading it, but honestly it was nowhere as painful as my arm tattoo, my tree tattoo. Fun fact, this is what is called a synectial snail, which means that his shell is going in the opposite direction as most snails, which is a mutation that is pretty rare. That is basically a lefty snail. Like me, I am left-handed, that's why. And about why I got a snail tattoo is because I just freaking love snails. I find them so damn cute, and I would really like to have a terrarium in my house with different snails on them. If I see snails anywhere, I will go and pick them up and get them in my hands and talk to them, and it kind of gets a bit cuckoo. So yeah, I really love snails. They are one of my favorite animals, so I got a tattoo of it. So almost finished, guys. Now we have my latest piercings. So I got 2 helix piercings. I got it done in Martigny, which is a town kind of far from mine, but it is the best studio in my area. This is the only studio I would go to now. It was surprisingly painless, and the healing now, it's been something like a month. It's surprisingly painless compared to my conch piercing, which was just a bitch to heal. Those are just, they're chilling, and yeah, I always tend to swell quite a bit when I get cartilage piercings, but apart from that, they're surprisingly chill. So yeah, that's it, guys. Those are all of my tattoos and piercings. I could also do a, how is it called, a hair journey, something like that, if you're interested. I just wanted to talk about my tattoos and my piercings, and I will do updates as I get more tattoos and piercings, because I'm sure I will. I actually have, what, 3 tattoos planned for this year now, so I will do updates, don't worry. So that's it for today. I really hope you liked this video. Please give it a like if you liked it. You can subscribe. I post videos almost every week now. If you want to chat with me, you can hit me up on Instagram. Link is in the description as always. I answer to every DM I get. I have a new account now. If you haven't seen last videos, I had a whole problem with Instagram. Go watch it if you want to know more. If you like my content, please subscribe, and I will see you next week. Bye, guys.